Welcome back, Dad Labs.
Here we are, another episode.
Oh, we got Tommy in the house.
Yes.
I'm excited, man. I feel like, since the autism, racing autism episode, I should say, haven't seen you in a while, my guy.
No, you've been doing stuff without me, making some great episodes, which is awesome. So
that was a good one. That
one hit. That one hit good. I like that. And brought me back down to reality.
Yeah, that was a really good episode. And I just saw on the news too, bro, that they're gonna find out in September what is like some of the factors in autism. Because they have autism. So anyways, you guys can click on the link there. Go check out the episode. It's a really good one.
What are we talking about this week?
Well, we're talking about seeing how you did, man. Are you doing good?
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, my week has been packed with nothing but baseball.
Always busy.
Again, every night of the week, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but on top of everything else.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Trying to find it. And then you gotta judge parents.
Oh, you're judging now.
Because you gotta judge how they're feeling. Because you're like, are you ready for a change? Are they ready to be there multiple times a week? More so than I don't know if parents really think that they signed up for what they signed up for, especially in rec ball.
No, some of that can come to a surprise when they're just like,
yep.
Oh, what? We have to raise how much money? Oh, what? There's a buyout of $200?
Yeah, there's a whole my thing is time.
Yeah.
I'm there volunteering my time, and then as a parent, you're like, I just want my kid. I signed up for 2 games a week and a practice. Now we've got 3 games a week and a practice.
Well, then Tommy's got like 3 kids playing baseball at the same time.
You would think I have a travel ball team.
You would think you'd have a travel ball team. but you're having babies at different ages. You're like, I'll wait 3 years and then get another one. I'll wait a couple years and get another one. If you would have bang, 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 bang.
They literally were 2.5 years apart.
They could all be Lucas's age right now. You'd have a 13-year team. Thoughts if you're thinking about having babies?
Other things to think about, right? The smallest one's 5 is basketball team. Then you just go from there.
Basketball's fun though.
A lot of my kids on my team have multiple siblings, like 5, 10, 4.
Sometimes as family, man, you just got to get those kids in multiple sports so they're not wrecking your house up.
Some of them, I agree in a certain aspect, because now as my younger ones are getting older, I'm realizing that their needs, and this is why we're in Dad Labs, their needs are different.
Yeah.
Some kids need constant action.
Yeah, they do.
To make them tired at night.
Yeah, they do.
Some kids just need to, after school, they just need to, regress. They don't know how to get that energy out.
No.
It's like my
well, you would think school would do that.
That's like my 7-year-old boy. He's so good during school that when you pick him up, he's like this grenade ready to explode. Like he has so many emotions. He's like wants to do so many things, but he doesn't want to do so many.
That's like that movie Inside Out, bro.
It is.
It's like, boom.
I can resonate with that movie so much. Yeah, it's just.
I'm not gonna lie, that
hair just whoosh,
that movie made me cry a little.
Oh, that was It's there's a lot of there's a lot of speaking of this time, springtime, right? There's a lot of movies coming out. So that was another thing. I had a very interesting conversation with a dad who actually their child has autism as well.
Okay.
And I asked him what he was doing last weekend, and he said, "Oh, well, he's got 3 kids. His wife sprung it on him. Hey, that new movie's coming out to the theater, right? So his wife promised their kids that they were going to go see it. He, unbeknownst to him, he's like, we got there, we sat down, $130, 3 kids, 2 adults, in concessions. He's like, I didn't expect to spend $130 on the movies.
Come on. That's why we stream.
No, what's even funnier was this made the story even funnier was he ended up going back out to get dinner. Oh. Because all they did is fill up on popcorn.
It was like a $400 night. Oh, empty carbs, and now they're hungry.
Yeah, and that's what happens to my kids.
Do
you ever have that?
Yeah.
You're like, you go somewhere and you're like, oh, we're just gonna have like chips and popcorn. That just makes you more hungry.
Then you go, this is dinner.
Yeah. Oh, my kids. Oh, it doesn't matter. It
No.
doesn't matter. My oldest, Lucas, was my favorite one when he would ask this. It's like, okay, we're gonna have lunch there, and let's say lunch is just a little spread of popcorn, maybe little tiny sandwiches or
Yeah.
something, like chips, dip, and all that stuff. And then after that event, it's like, oh, we never had lunch. It's like, no, we can't have dinner because we have to have lunch.
Bro,
It's
you
like, no,
just
that was lunch.
bro, you just snacked up, bro. You
We
just
had
snacked
snacks.
up, bro.
We had snacks for lunch, and it doesn't resonate with
You
him.
had snacks for like 4 people, my guy. You're good.
It's like the same thing trying to explain kids we're gonna have breakfast for dinner.
Yeah. Oh, that's always that twists
That
their mind, bro.
messes their mind
Twists
up.
their mind.
Yeah, they can't think
But
about
that's a funny thing to do as your dad. You're cooking eggs. You're all. But then they might want to stay up all night. They're like, "Oh, that was breakfast. Why do we have to go to bed?"
Yeah.
They're smart, man. No, it's important that people get their kiddos out there to have fun.
Yep.
And waste all that energy they have, especially like with baseball.
So much.
How you're coaching and I'm coaching is like we have practice on a Monday, and it's just like right after the weekend.
Oh, yeah,
right after school,
It's rough.
and it's just like these kids get super irritable,
Mhm.
and they're like, yeah, I don't want to do anything. No, I'm good. I'm just gonna do things my way, or they throw a fit, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And so that kind of ties into what today's episode's all about. Is we're calling it go sit in timeout.
Just go sit in time.
Go.
Just go.
He just snapped too, though.
Be gone with you.
Like, go. Anyway, so like, that's huge.
You gotta feel their mood, because this is one thing. It took me 12 years. My oldest is 12. It took me 12 years to start to realize, oh, my kid's hangry. Oh, my kid is, that's the one thing. For you parents out there, comment below or post, go on the Facebook page, ask the question. My biggest thing is, it's internally, are they getting the nutrition?
It could
Is
be
a
what
lot
they
of it,
do.
I feel like these mood swings is they go to school and you make them a lunch. That was a good episode, by the way.
Yeah.
They don't eat it. They come home, now they're nutrient deficient, and then they are all over the place. So my first thing to try to curb these giant mood swings and these, anger issues is feed them.
Ooh.
So I have this, thank you Costco, check that episode too. This big old thing of Pace Picante sauce, because they love it.
Oh, that's a good one.
And the giant tortilla chips from Costco.
Yeah.
I'm like, get a bowl of the tortilla chips.
And just munch on some chips.
And then munch on some chips and salsa. Just to kind of soak up that irritability in them.
And so that your belly gets full and you plop your butt on and you chill.
Yeah, because they just need downtime, and they don't know how to regulate their body. So you look at them, and because my first thing is if I didn't, and that's what I didn't used to do, when they come home, they would just be at each other's throats.
Yeah.
And it was mean, downright mean, like mean girls, mean kids, back to each other.
Like, are they like pulling hair and like
so the
punching?
horse collar is the biggest. No, come over here, and they grab the back of the shirt, and it's constant, and then it's like that's my toy, you got to share, and then it becomes this giant like shouting match.
Is there screaming
all the time? Oh, actually, it's the timeouts don't come till there's crying. Usually, because it's like, figure it out. Because that's my biggest thing is it's like, you are peers, and for some reason as kids, they don't realize when they're in a different grade, some of their kids in their grade, and I never knew this, because when I was younger, I didn't have the concept. Everybody I thought was in my grade, let's say second grade, everybody was in my brain 8 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a concept of you were 7, or some kids are maybe even 9.
Yeah.
Like, I never had that concept. Like, everybody was the same.
And nowadays, as adults and parents, like, that's an actual thing. That's in class.
You get out of the classroom setting, and I guess maybe this is why junior college and trade schools and universities is a good thing, because then you're getting a meeting of different minds and ages together. So the only reason I bring this up is having 4 kids, different ages, They all come together. It's like, no, this is mine. It's like, no, you need to work together regardless of your age.
Yeah.
That's one thing I try to instill on my kids is
Yeah.
regardless of their age, I want them to get along.
Yeah.
Because you know what? When you grew up, and I had one sibling when I grew up, and my sibling was older, 2 years older. We had different, like, my older brother was able to play with younger toys longer.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that, I didn't have like a separation of toys.
Yeah.
Right now, like my oldest, 12, he could play with Legos all day long because that's what my younger kids play with.
Yeah, that's how my kids are.
And it's like, it's, you almost have to have something that's like age agnostic. It doesn't matter, right? You just have to be able to play with it. Yeah. So now he wants to do more, like he wants to be outside, ride a bike. He's all about being cool and this kind of stuff. But then at night you'll see him sitting playing Legos.
Yeah. That's cool.
It is cool, but then they fight over everything because of it.
Dude, I mean, just so sick of the yelling, and we got two boys, and one's almost a teenager.
Yep.
And the other one is almost 6 years old. Mm-hmm. And when it's more so the younger one thinks that he's the dominant one, right? He tries to like punk brother, and then he comes in and says something like, "Brother did this and this and this," and cries about it.
Yep.
And it's just like you have to be careful about how you discipline different ages. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
like I have to go like to my older one and be like, no, hey bro, chill out. Like, let me talk to him. Like, you're not in trouble, because he automatically thinks he's in trouble. Right?
Yep, that's exactly like always, or they want to get the other one in trouble.
Yeah,
because it's like if that other one gets in timeout, I get to play with that toy. I get to play with that thing.
But see, my age difference is so much where he's just like, it's emotionally like, dang it, like why every time like I'm getting in trouble too, and so I have to take a step back and go, okay, wait, no, you're not getting in trouble. I'm not talking to you. Like I'm just talking to the little guy.
Talk to the hand.
You know what I mean? Like, but at sometimes as a dad, like you're upset, and so you blow off, and you're like, now he feels like he's in trouble.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not really yelling at him.
It's like you're an Italian family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just raise your voice, and just to raise your voice, and that's just how you are.
Yeah, and so it's hard. So I like it's hard to discipline, and I don't know how you guys do it, but to discipline, you have different ages, like different kids. So like with me, with my little one, he'll get timeout if he's not listening. And right now at his age, it's like, hey, it's time to pay attention. Like let's listen to things, because it's like he's in that question stage right now where he's like, but what happens if, but what if we do that? Or what if it's 12? And then it's 12.
My kid's like, wait.
But what if it's 1 p.m.? Or what if it's lunchtime? Then what do we do? We're eating lunch.
Yeah, my kid's all about the wait.
Oh, really?
He wants everybody to listen to him. And he's 5. He wants everybody to listen to him. Stop what you're doing.
Always commanding the stage.
Yeah, listen to my question, which is completely irrelevant.
Yeah. Seriously.
The question doesn't it has nothing to do with what we're actually doing, or what's he just wants to ask the question, has everybody eyes on me, and then that's what I want to ask something.
So I will put this kid into timeout, the little one, if he needs to. But the older one,
did it stay in timeout?
He'll stay. Yeah, they know best.
Oh, see, my kid's dead. And because I have so many, it's hard. Do you have the youngest will go, and then so let's just say 2 of them will get into it.
Yeah.
Right. One of them I'll send to his room, because he may not have been the one that was instigating.
Sounds like divide and conquer.
Yeah. So I'll be like, you know what? Just chill out in your room. Just take a minute and think about it. Then I'll tell the youngest, hey, you're in timeout. And then usually it's really quick, because most of the time the timeouts are they don't necessarily mean much. It's more of I'm more of a hug it out kind of thing, and like really mean it, hug it out kind of thing. Because what I do now is I'm the one that's like, listen, whatever catalyst started that, I'm removing it. I completely remove it. Mm-hmm. So let's say the 2 younger ones, if it is a video game that they're like, just because this one has screen time, the other one doesn't. Mm-hmm. And so they're just like shoulder wrestling to try to, see who gets
check it out.
Yeah, exactly. then that electronic goes away. Because that was the catalyst.
Okay.
They have to get along
To be able
with
to use that.
to be able to use it.
Right.
Exactly. So
Right.
they know, they have to share. They have to, if somebody wants to see what they're seeing, you can't just hold it and then keep it to yourself and not show anybody else.
Not
It's
be a
like
jerk.
yeah, exactly.
So you kind of just discipline not per each child, like differently. You just kind of discipline them as a whole, like the same thing.
We're
I'm
like
doing the same thing for everybody.
it's like a
Like for your
pack.
13-year-old,
It's like a pack or a herd.
yeah, everyone gets the taser, the cattle prod.
Everybody must suffer. If I am suffering, you all must suffer.
So, okay, so you're full like, hey, let's remove whatever's making this. So
Yep.
now you have a 13-year-old though,
Mhm.
and you do the same thing for him too. Like, all right, if you're being a jerk, I'm taking that away from you.
Pretty much, because ever since the internet entered the house, it's like I will at will just bloop turn the internet up, because that seems to, for some reason, because they like to you're gonna give me problems with this, Dad's gonna be mad, so I'm gonna go disappear and do this thing over here with the internet or with whatever.
Do you consider getting rid of the internet like a big punishment?
It's that's the biggest punishment.
Yeah.
Because once I get rid of the internet, it's and that's kind of where if they can't work it out, it's like, sorry guys, internet for the whole house is gone.
Ooh.
And that's one of those where it hurts, not just once. So then I have my mother hen, my daughter comes in, guys, just work it out. So
she's like, I really want the internet back.
It's kind of like when you clean. Like my wife and I, we beat our heads against the wall because there's 6 of us.
Yeah.
We need to have help around the house cleaning.
Yeah.
And the other thing that makes it difficult, especially at nighttime,
yeah,
because of the different ages, I get the argument starting at 8 o'clock. Because 8 o'clock for the younger ones, if you're not double digits yet, if you're 9 and below, your bedtime is 8 o'clock, lights out, you're in bed. You can read, you can do, stuff in bed. You have to be quiet in bed. But my 12-year-old, he gets till 8:30, then he gets to shut things down. So he has a little bit more freedom when it comes to that. And so 8 o'clock, he's like, why does he get it? Why does this? It's not fair, And then it's like, okay, fine. If you're gonna have a problem with it, do you really want me to?
Everyone's going to bed.
No, it's not so much everybody goes to bed. So every minute that they're up past 8 o'clock, the next day
they get it taken away.
So now
5 minutes late.
Now you're at 7:55
instead of 8
and
o'clock.
7:50.
So those could be small little punishments.
They are.
Yeah, I get that. Like I do small punishments too, where it's like, you know how you like take things away or be like, like, all right, we're not gonna do that anymore because obviously you can't behave while you're doing such thing.
Yes.
Right. And then a big punishment we did, and this big punishment actually was for my first son. It was building up. He was testing. He was only son at the time, he's the only kid in the house at the same time too as well. And he did something where he wasn't supposed to do, and it was like the final straw.
Yeah.
And we came in and we moved, and this was our big punishment. We moved every single thing out of his room.
I've done it twice.
Besides just his bed. Just his bed. He had his bed, and that's it.
Yeah.
And his clothes. And we took everything out. And I remember it was a Sunday, and we were just like, I'm like, okay, we're going to do this. And like, we had to stick it through, man, because we were like, you can't talk that talk and not walk that walk.
Yeah.
Because then they know. They
know.
got you. Like dogs.
They
like
do.
If you let dogs kind of just do whatever, they're going to do whatever.
Yep.
So we took it away, man. And I think he didn't have it for at least 3 or 4 days, man. And we slowly started bringing stuff back, So there is some big moves you have to make, but sometimes the smallest moves can make the biggest impact.
Yeah, no, I've done it twice. I've cleaned out my daughter's room completely. Put everything up in the attic, and then actually, ironically enough, within days, my boys were acting up, and then I did the same thing with them too.
Any spanking?
Spanking doesn't work.
No,
it doesn't work.
No.
I it's I think the little hand tap is a little bit more.
A little jab.
It's for I will do. It's funny because
To your oldest one, you
I will
jab them.
do a side jab
Hmm.
just to get their attention. Like,
Uh-huh.
oh, whoa, 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 don't go there. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like what was that? What's that dog? What was it? Caesar? What was
Caesar,
it?
yeah,
Caesar,
that's
yeah.
my favorite guy.
Yeah, he has this
Shout
little,
out Caesar.
yeah, he has this little leg kick
Yeah,
that he
yeah.
does. It comes
His
out.
little,
Yeah,
I'm doing that with my dog right now.
I kind of do that with the kids too. I've noticed. I kind of
Caesar,
it's a little
your method works for kids
works on
too.
kids too. Just to break them out of that, because especially if two kids are going at it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then it's like you just need to nudge them just enough that they actually get your attention, because they see you, they hear you, but they don't want you to be involved in whatever conflict that they've got going
Right.
on.
You know, and it's hard too, as well as the parents, to be like settled in our emotions, because if we're too emotional about things,
Yep.
because I've caught myself do it too, where I'm like crazy mad, and I'm like going way too far, and you look back and you're like, come here, boys, I'm so sorry that dad flipped this lid like that. You know,
I've apologized multiple times, and
you have
so
to.
with my absolute youngest, the one thing, it's funny because the one thing with him, and actually, to be honest, it gets all my kids. If I get to the yell,
Yeah,
that scares them all.
yeah, yeah. The loud voice.
The loud voice, like it's if I got in a shouting match
Yeah.
with somebody else that just, I don't know, did something to my car or
If
something.
I was on the streets, that's how loud we're getting.
That's how loud we're getting. And then I've done that enough, because I even tell my kids now, it's the threatening, right? It's not a timeout. It's like, hey, you're getting dad to the point where I'm going to yell in a minute. And then they're like, oh, we don't want dad to yell.
Let's get
We
in
don't
there.
want dad to, yeah. It's and they can feel it escalating and starting to get. And so what I've done actually in catching that, I've caught myself. I've actually told my kids, hey, dad's getting frustrated, and that's when I start to yell. And then it's like, why do you think I'm getting frustrated? Like,
Right.
let's take a break here. And, does it work? I don't know. On the young ones, it probably doesn't. But as my older ones get, it's like, hey, I've got emotions going on inside just like you do.
Yeah.
And you're frustrating me. And when you are not doing exactly what I'm asking you to do because it needs to get done, or else
And we're all getting
X
frustrated.
happens. Yeah, exactly.
I found myself talking like that to my oldest as well too. It's
Yeah.
like, and I'm trying to do it with my youngest too as well.
I
So
am too.
so
Yep.
that they can control their emotions during an angry moment as well too. Because if we can't help them regulate that now,
Yep.
like they're gonna end up in prison. You know what I mean?
We did get, shout out to the Spot books. It's a series of books. I got my middle boy to figure out, like, it kind of explains the emotions in a book form,
Okay.
illustrated format, and he likes it.
Yeah.
Of course, his favorite's the angry Spot.
The angry spot.
Yeah, the angry one. Right? It's
I-
like, why are you getting so? Because what he does, because we don't spank, and because he knows that the volume. So what he will do is he will yell at my youngest and say, "Stop! Don't do that!" Like loud, like in a yelling format.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sometimes we don't need to go there.
We don't need to go there. He tries to go there instantly.
Yeah, that happens sometimes here.
It's like, whoa, you got your priorities all mixed up.
Yeah. And that's why it's so important we keep our emotions in check as parents too. So we don't fly off the handle, and then just because everyone's mad at each other for like 30 minutes to an hour where it's like nobody's talking to each other. And it's hard. Trust me, it is hard to be like, okay, look at kid, what you're doing is not how we do things.
Yep.
Instead of going that like Homer, you're little son of a, so anyways, and that's hard to do, man. And
It's very hard.
and it's a battle that we'll go through our whole life. And we say that hopefully it gets easier, and it kind of just, but we know when teenage years comes around, we got different hormones.
It's just
and we got to adapt with these kids, man.
It's hard to control not just my emotions, because the other thing too is that as parents, we want to feel a certain way, and we need to have something go right a certain way.
Right.
And then when you have this child becoming a teenager or becoming, whatever, they're flexing their little, emotions, and they're, their own personality,
hmm
and a lot of times it just doesn't mesh.
They just want to see how far they can
Well,
push.
it's not so much that too. It's like sometimes they just don't feel like doing it.
I think these kids don't even know that they're doing crap like that
No,
sometimes.
I know for a fact they don't. Because
Yeah,
my biggest thing is like, for example, getting up.
yeah,
So like we go to church on Sundays,
yeah.
and it's like you knew Saturday night. I gave you the warning.
That's the ideal thing we do every day.
You need to get up.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with school days. It's like you know you have to get up, but yet you turn over. You tell us to shut the door, and you know what I mean. Like it's like you going through these motions, and it's
Yeah.
like. And I had to actually sit him down as one of my little small talks, and I said, you know what? Tomorrow is always going to come.
Yeah.
You can't prevent tomorrow from happening.
Right. It's coming.
It's just how you deal with when it comes. Like if you don't do your work, if you don't go to bed, if you don't do all these things, you're making it rough on yourself.
Yeah, we like to say, let's let uh Tommy tomorrow will be happy about Tommy today because you decided to take care of your business, you know. And we do that
Yes.
with our kids, like
Yep.
Travis tomorrow will thank Travis today for going to go wash your booty,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah, it's just, it's everything. It's preparation. That's the other thing is that kids they don't know how to prepare. They
no,
have
they
to
don't.
learn how to prepare.
Yeah,
And that's one big thing that struggle in our house that I end up doing a lot. And that's where the source of frustration and little punishments come in. It's like you didn't why did you leave your clothes on the floor? And I look in there, I can't even see the floor.
yeah.
That was 2 days ago. I couldn't even see the floor. It's like you're sitting in squalor.
You're sweating. You're in the sweat and yuckiness of your clothes.
Yes.
But
and
I
it's
used to
like,
do that as a little kid too.
they look
Do that
around, they go,
sometimes,
what?
too.
They literally look around, they go, it's like, oh, are you sleeping on the floor? Because this looks like it's a homeless shanty in here.
It's like it's like a homeless shelter.
It probably looks worse than a homeless shelter. I bet you a homeless shelter looks nicer than this. It's like you just drop trowel right there where you're at, and then what happened? Like
See your mustard stains everywhere, bro.
and I can't, because that was a source of I had this incident, and I got mad at my oldest, and I was like, I just washed your same shirt twice. It's clean,
yeah.
and I washed it clean.
Yeah.
Because you just decided to put it on. No, I don't want to wear it today. Boom, and put it down on the floor.
And I think it's dirty.
And then I think it's dirty because I'm like, you clean up your room.
Yeah.
What's he's not going to fold it nicely and put it back in his no. I mean, even the act of making it back into the closet would have been an act of God. No, it ended up. It was faster and easier for him to just pick it up and throw it in the laundry hamper than it was to put it back in his closet.
You're all like, can you at least make the basket?
I was like, I just washed this literally yesterday. I folded it, put it away, and now I'm washing it again. I didn't even see it on you.
Oh man, the joys and love of our children. That's why we're
Yes.
doing the Dad Labs
Yes.
podcast, so that we can touch bases with everybody. Are we the only ones?
Do you ever get arguments with kids with holes in their socks?
Are we the only ones though? Like, does this happen to them too? Does it happen to you guys?
I hope it does.
I hope it does too. So that was really great. I'm gonna have to go put somebody in timeout now just to say I did.
Timeout right now.
That was a good one. How about we do a little couple questions, little rapid questions, a little rapid fire.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. How do you talk to your kids about important social issues?
I do it a lot, and actually, what's funny is that I've noticed my oldest. We try to be. I try to be open and honest about what's going on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard because you have to be age specific
Mm-hmm.
or age appropriate, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest, it's easier because I feel like he knows.
You can be more loose with it.
He knows a lot, but he doesn't know context.
Right.
Right. So he hears it. He does, this kind of stuff. All the social banter. And is this proper? Is that proper? This is not politically correct. It's not politically correct to make fun of this race. It's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just don't do that. If you want to do it, you have a small circle of friends, and then you can, test things out, test the water.
You might pay some consequences.
And I've had those conversations like, hey, you got to pick and choose who you can tell certain things to, and who you can't. And then when my younger kids, it's like, look, you can't point out that daddy's got a tummy right when we're in Costco.
Totally.
You know, oh, if I eat those, do I get a tummy like daddy? Or you know what I mean? Or you can't. Hands down, this is the worst.
What?
Has your kid ever? Why is that lady fat?
Oh, my kid hasn't ever done that. Yeah. And that's one thing we do too right away is just like, hey, you know what? If you don't have anything nice to say, you don't say anything at all.
We try.
I think especially in public. And
we try.
And then we try to lead by example. I'm sure you do too.
I've never called anybody
No.
fat.
But then I do catch myself like in the car with my lady, and I forget the boys are in the back, and I'm talking some smack, and I'm like, oh, boys, don't repeat that stuff. But we're really honest and open with them to, like you said,
Yes.
age appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Like I'll talk to you and tell you the truth, and then that's pretty much it. And like you're like, you probably shouldn't do that, and they're gonna learn a lot of mistakes on their own, man. You know?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
That's true.
All right. Hobby or activity that helps you recharge as a dad. I will go first.
Okay, go.
My hobby and my activity that helps me recharge as a dad is not only just coaching baseball with my little guy, but also doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Because this is helping me talk some things out to where
therapy.
It's my own little therapy. Yeah, talking to you guys. Tommy's here sharing his stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and then I go, well, maybe I don't have it too bad. I could have 4 kids and be like Tommy. And I'm like, all right. And yeah, there's some things we talked about, and I'm just like, go back and I'm like, dang, you know what? That's pretty cool. I feel like I'm doing that the right way. So this helps me kind of relieve some of the things that I think about during dad life.
Yeah.
So I like this, and then just being like baseball on the field. I even like to like just staying after a game, and then just watching other games. You know, and just being at the baseball field and just chilling. I love that stuff.
One of my favorite things. It's funny because it's raking the field after a game or before a game. That's one thing that puts me in a good zen. I just kind of like to chill. Because it's hard. Hobbies, I like to be creative. I like to fix things. That's as a dad, that puts me in the zone.
Okay.
Problem is that I lose track of time and all that stuff. So time is a giant thing. If I do have time, then, you know, as soon as I hit 45, I'm like, oh yeah, I used to be able to get all this stuff done when everybody was asleep. Now it's like my little guy, I have to sit next to him or sleep next to him. I find myself passed out.
Most of the time. Your recharge is actually recharging.
Glasses on and totally just passed out.
Everyone does that
it's
too.
Awful.
We did that.
I used to never do that. Never, ever did that.
I know. I never would. And I find myself like at 10 o'clock, just me and my lady are finally sitting down, trying to watch a show together. Where like we think the last question of the day from the kids have come to us and have gone away.
Yeah.
And one's sleeping already, and then like one's like, hey, I'm gonna go play VR. I'm like, sweet, we got some alone time here.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to watch something. Next sure we know, it's like, I'm like, oh dang, she's sleeping. And then next thing you know, it's me waking up because like choking on my.
Yep, I hear you.
But that's the life, man. That's what we do.
Yeah, have to recharge at any moment.
Well, right on, guys. Hey, thanks. That's another episode of Dad Labs.
Yep.
Thanks for coming by. Tom, what do you want? What do we need our listeners? What do we need?
We need people to go on our Facebook page. We need you to like. We need you to like the comments on YouTube. We need you guys to share it out. Multiple views. See it. Watch it a couple times. Mark your favorite parts in the episode. That's what we need you to do.
Yes, and on Facebook, Instagram as well, Spotify. Go and follow, please, and share. That'll help us out a lot.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys again, Dad Labs. We're out.